Hello and welcome to Dickinson's Real Deal. Now this is a show where we help people to get the very best price for their antiques and valuables. We give them a choice of sitting down with one of our regular deals. Now they're going to make you a tempting cash offer on the spot today.
Well, I'll make you an offer for it.
Okay.
I don't think you're going to be very impressed.
No, I don't expect I am.
And if you don't think that's enough money, then you can gamble and place the same goods into an auction in the hope that you'll get more money there.
At 70.
Today the show comes to you from Chippenham in Wiltshire. Now King Alfred the Great held court here. Today the Duke is holding court here. A large number of people have come along. They're hoping to lock horns with our deals and then walk away with the real deal.
It's our first deal, and Yvonne's brought in a bird that spent many a night watching over her.
Well, I remember it from when I was a little girl. It had like a little lamp on the top, and at night my mother used to put it in the bedroom, and you know that was the last thing we saw as a nightlight before we went to sleep. So it's been in the family a long time, and then my mother said that she went to bed with it as well when she was little. So.
Okay. Well, the porcelain is in perfect condition, luckily for all of us. The only thing is the screw fitting to hold the oil or paraffin, whichever thing you want to use. And that could possibly be a difficult thing to find, to put into it. It is marked underneath, made in France.
Yeah.
So I imagine it's around about sort of 1900, 1920, you know, because that sort of mark didn't come until around that sort of time. So if we base the fact that it's about 1900, 1920, we won't be far out. What makes you want to sell it?
It's been in the loft for the last 20 years, wrapped in tissue paper.
No grandchildren or children that would want to use it?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
That's a shame, really.
Every time I bring it down, they say, oh, we don't like the owl nanny, so...
You don't like the owl?
They don't like it.
How sad is that?
I know.
It's got lovely eyes.
It is, it's lovely.
Yeah, very pretty
it's a nice
eyes.
piece.
Well, in value, unfortunately, because it cannot be used properly until you get the fixtures for it, and that could be quite difficult to find. I'd say, I'd probably get my knuckles wrapped for this, but I wouldn't want to pay more than about 50, 60 pounds for it.
That's a good offer.
Why? What were you thinking of? A lot more?
No, not a lot more.
It's just that because the bits are missing, you know, it's difficult.
A wonderful lucky owl, which everybody needs in their bedroom.
They do.
And £60 on the table. I would have thought another 10 or 15 pounds would have been very fair. So, do you think we've persuaded him?
Well, I did tell him he was my favourite.
Did you hear that?
You are bad.
Did you hear that? Well, I'm not helping you anymore. Okay, come on, Ian. You're her favourite. Put another tenner on.
I think it's worth it, really.
I do too. Come on.
Oh, go on. What the hell? It's only money.
I've done my job as a second favourite and I'm going now.
You have to have second favourites, you know,
I know.
in everything.
I know.
So is that a deal at £70?
It's a deal.
So your favourite has made you happy today?
Yes, he has.
Thank you for
Thank
coming.
you.
Thank you very much.
Jenny, well, I don't need to ask you what you bought. I think they're pretty self-explanatory what they are. Is there something you've had for a long time?
They were my late partners,
Yeah.
and they've been shoved in a drawer. And the kids don't want them, so...
No. Well, it belonged to a different age, didn't it? Age of elegance. You'd invite someone over for a cup of coffee, get your little silver coffee spoons out, and away you go. So, not too keen on the old cleaning lark then?
No, I'm not.
Okay, let's dig one out, and if we just turn it over, they look like they're silver, and I'm pretty sure we see the silver mark. Yeah, we've got the Birmingham Anchor, the Lion Percent and P, which my silver dating's not brilliant, but it's around 1920s, somewhere around there. So it's time to go, is it?
It's time for them
You're
to
not
go.
inviting those aunties
No,
round for those cups
I'm not.
of coffee?
No,
You're quite sure?
I'm sure.
Okay, so have you got a figure in mind that you'd like for your little set of coffee spoons?
Well, I got something in the back of my mind, yeah.
Have you? So let's put some money out and see where we go. Okay. Right. Well, we're not starting with 50s, as you might guess. Right. There's a tenner. And there's another tenner. How am I doing?
Yeah, go on, a little bit more.
A little bit more?
Yeah.
Okay, we can do a little bit more. We can always do a little bit more. That's it, Jenny. Oh, God, that's a mean bid, isn't it? 25
It is,
quid.
25, yeah.
But what would you rather
They're in
have?
the
What would you
box.
rather have? Would you rather have £25 in your hand or a set of silver spoons that are just shoved in the drawer and no use to anybody?
I'd rather have £30 in my hand.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Look, I don't think they're worth an awful lot more than £8, but it's such a mean bid, and silver is riding high at the moment, so hopefully there's some demand out there. There's another fiver. There's your 30 quid.
Yeah,
You happy?
I'm happy with 30.
Happy with 30?
Yeah,
What are you going to do with that 30?
I'm going to put it on a deposit. Use
Yeah?
it for a deposit for a house.
Ooh, it's going to be a very tiny, tiny house, isn't it? But good luck anyway.
Okay.
Well done.
Thanks.
Next up, Dave is showing Cheryl his eye-catching bit of blue and white. But is it as good as it seems?
Thanks for bringing this very colourful item.
Yeah.
Can you tell me how you came by it, please?
Well, I bought it a few years ago at an auction, but now we're getting rid of a lot of stuff. And
Okay,
we're
yeah.
trying to raise a bit of cash as well. You know.
Okay, when you purchased the item, what did they tell you about it?
A Tureen
Yes,
and Rogers.
and Rogers. That's the name of a manufacturer at that particular time. So we're looking at sort of mid-1800s, sort of
Something like that,
1840s, 1850s. What I actually quite like about the item is you can always tell a good quality piece of blue and white because they didn't only decorate it on the outside,
Right.
Dave, they used to do it on the inside. So you've got the daffodils and the acanthus leaves and oak leaves all inside. And at the bottom, you've got the elephant. So obviously this is the elephant pattern. Now, I can feel that there's a little bit of roughness here. And if we actually hold it up and do this, it doesn't ring.
Right.
Has it been restored at some time?
Yes, I believe it has, yeah.
Right. I mean, from the feel of it, I would say that possibly you've either had a hairline in it or a piece has come out and it's been put back in.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, when you have blue and white, most collectors like a perfect piece.
Right.
Unfortunately, we've got two factors. It's restored and it has no lid, because if it had been a tureen, it would have had a really beautiful domed lid with a
on the
really
top.
ornate knob on the top.
Okay.
I tend to deal more in 20th century rather than this period. So I'll put a little bit of money down for you, but I actually feel the best way to go is possibly auction, because
Right.
you're going to have blue and white collectors, and if they haven't got this piece in their collection, because it's so stunning, might be a good thing. But let me just put something down and
Fine.
see how you feel. Okay?
Yep.
£20. I said to you, it's not my forte.
Right.
It's 100 years too old for
Too
me,
late,
this,
yeah.
yes. Lovely item, I can appreciate the quality of it. But as I say, no lid, and it has been very well restored. I've offered 20 because I do feel it would be better to go to auction.
Yeah, that's good then.
How do you feel about it? Would you like
Yeah,
to take
I'll
the
do
money
that.
or go to auction?
Shall I take the money?
No. So you'd like
No,
to take
I'm only
it to auction?
joking.
No, that's fine. Okay, Dave. Well, I hope you do well in the auction, and I hope you get some blue and white collectors there.
Thank you.
you for bringing it in.
Thank you.
At £18.20 on my right, 2, 25 if you like, and 22 here, at 20.
What did you think about the £20 offer?
Well, I think it was mean. It was really mean.
Well, perhaps she just didn't like it, but I also feel the same. I thought that was a particularly mean offer because, love it or hate it, it's a nice quality early 19th century item. £60 to £90 is the estimate. The reserve is 60. Quite reasonable. It's here now. Let's see what it brings.
50 to get on. £50. 30 then. £30 a bit there at 30. At £30. 5 if you like now, 35. At 35, 40 now. 40. 5. At 45, 50 to me. 50. 5. At 55, 60. At £60, ladies bid at 60. 5 anywhere now. At £60, 5. 70. 5. 80. At £80, still looks cheap at £80, 5. 90. At £90 here. 5 anywhere now. At £90 right in front of me now. Then at £90. You all sure? £90 it is. Good piece that. 317.
Okay, £90.
Oh, that was good.
You were
That was
happy
a
with
deal,
that?
yeah.
We've got some commission to take off. £76 coming back to you, David. You paid £35 for it. You've used it and enjoyed it. What about the return of 76 quid?
Real deal.
Real deal?
Real deal.
Real deal and happy deal as well.
Coming up, Ursula isn't satisfied.
£20.
No, I couldn't accept that.
Will Simon cough up?
Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal from Chippenham in Wiltshire.
For our next deal, Ursula's trinket box has been unopened for years. Will it tempt Simon?
It's been in my family for many, many years. It was an aunt of mine, actually, that owned it. It must be, well, 70 or 80 years old.
Yeah, I think it probably is. Might be a little wee bit older than that, to be honest with you.
Probably, yeah.
And is it something you've used yourself at home?
Not really.
Never kept bits of jewellery in it or anything like that?
No.
Had it on show anywhere?
No, it's just been in a cupboard with a few old coins in it, funnily enough.
And something you just decided to bring along and see if you could turn it into a bit of cash?
That's right.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Out of curiosity, really.
Absolutely. Well, what can I tell you about this box? This box is a type of what they normally call markling ware, which is made in Scotland. It's satin wood, and it's transferred on these little pictures on the front. So you've got that one there, and then you've got another 2 smaller ones there. And I think they're in Tewkesbury in Gloucester.
In Gloucester.
Although the boxes themselves were made in Scotland. And they were made about the end of the last century, about 1890 to 1910, somewhere around that region. And it's just a sweet little trinket box. It wasn't meant for much else. It's lined inside. That's probably the original velvet lining inside. Had you ever thought about what something like that could be worth?
Not really.
Well, it's not worth a lot of money, but people do collect them.
Yes, it's collectible.
But I think in today's market, I could probably find someone that would want to buy that. And I think I would pay for that box today the princely sum of £20.
No, I couldn't accept that.
You wouldn't sell it for £20?
No.
What would you sell it for, Ursula?
Well, more than that.
How much more than that? That's the big question.
Not a great deal.
Not a great deal. 'Cause I don't think it's worth a great deal more than that, to be honest with you. What are you going to do with the money if you sell it?
Well, I'd like to take a friend out for a meal or something like that.
A fish and chips cheap meal?
Well, no. A bit more than that. That's why I need a bit more money for it, you see.
Look, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to add another £5 and say £25. And I'm also going to say to you, I think you should take it. Because I think if you put it in auction, you might not end up with that much. £25 on the table, Ursula. What I think you should do is I think you should take that £25. You and your friend go out for a nice fish supper, glass of wine, and with a bit of luck, you might even be able to spring some mushy peas as well. Does that sound fair?
Yes, I think it does.
Thank you very much for coming in today, and thank you for bringing in your books.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Cheryl, and you're
Sharon.
Sharon. Lovely to meet you, Sharon.
Nice to meet you.
You brought in some jewellery today.
Yes. My husband bought the chain and the sovereign for me 20 years ago as a gift.
Right.
And
was that your 18th? 25th.
Nearish.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
And the sovereign was given to me as a gift for an engagement from a family relative.
Oh, how nice is that? That's wonderful. And you brought them in today. Why though?
Because I don't use them.
Right.
They're in my jewellery box.
Oh,
and
they're beautiful.
We're saving to buy a touring caravan, so I thought it would be good to start off the fund.
Lovely items, but I would have to look at scrapping them. Okay. So I'm going to base what I'm going to offer on that and see if we can meet. And is that all right?
Yeah, that's
okay. Fine. I'm going to start off with 50, 100, 150, 170. I'm sort of giving
50 for each item with a bit on top. So that's the cherry.
I was looking for a bit more, to be honest.
A little bit more.
A little bit more.
A little bit more. Okay. How about if I put 2 cherries on? That's 190. How does that grab you?
A little bit more?
A little bit
A
more.
little bit more.
Okay, well, let's take the 2 cherries.
Okay.
And we'll put the apple down.
Okay, that's fine.
Right, that's 200.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
I was hoping for a tiny bit more.
A tiny bit more.
Just hang on a minute. I've heard a tiny bit more. You need actually more than a tiny bit more. Let me tell you, first of all, in scrap value alone there's £280 with the sovereigns, and then we have the scrap of the chain and the little bit of mounting and so forth. So we have £336. Now, what I don't want you to do is go to auction. And the reason I'm going to say that is, if you go to auction, whoever buys it has to pay a commission on the hammer price. You have to have a deduction from the hammer price. So the best way is to try and forge a deal here today. If we said somewhere like £250, that would leave a margin of about £80 to Cheryl. So try and persuade Cheryl. She does like to earn a reasonable profit, but try and persuade her to put another 50 quid in.
Thank you.
If I suggest 240, how does that grab you? Because I'm trying to be fair with you.
Okay.
And price can go up and down at the moment. I mean, it can be static, but I mean, it's, you know, quite good.
Always you will hear our dealers tell you, gold goes up, gold goes down. The Duke is telling you, gold is still going up. And even in the next few months, the informed sources say more, more, more. So get another tenner in, please, Cheryl.
If I put the extra 10 on, how do you feel about that?
I think that's a fair deal.
Okay then. Right, we'll do that then. Okay. We'll make it 250. And you're happy to do that?
I am happy.
Thank you very much, Sharon.
Cheryl.
I've enjoyed dealing with you today. Thank you very much.
At Ian's table, Richard's brought in a bowl that has served his family well. But could it serve up some cash?
How did you get hold of this lucky bowl?
I'm actually here representing my father.
Your father?
Yeah. They were actually watching another programme. One of these came up. The price was said. My mother actually said, well, we've got one of those with some apples in. But apparently it was brought up through their family, so...
Through your parents' family?
Through my father's, yeah.
Ah. And it's in perfect condition. I don't see any chips or cracks on it, which is good. And it is signed Lalique on the base.
Right, okay.
And have you any idea what they're looking for?
I've had a little look.
Have you?
What it might be worth, yeah.
Oh, have you? Yeah. Oh, okay.
And I will keep that to myself.
You will?
Yes.
That's very unfair. So, money. £100. Now that should tempt you.
It doesn't actually, no.
It doesn't tempt you at all?
Not at all, no.
Oh, okay. Well, to tell you honestly, I have one in my shop at the moment. I can take a photograph of it and send it to you. It's been in my shop for 6 months. And I've got £395 on it. And there's never been an inquiry on it.
Just hang on a second. Did I hear I've got one in my premises with £395 on it? And here is a miserly £100. That means we're working on 300%, are we?
No, because we just started.
Hey, cookie pattern, a la leak, we're off to auction. Oh la la.
So, we have 100 on the table.
Yeah.
What if I said I went up to 200, okay, and left you the choice to take David's advice and go to auction and take the chance and see what happens?
I think after what David has said, it's nice seeing £200 on there, but
Yes.
I really want to do the best I can for my dad.
Absolutely.
And so therefore I would like to take it to an auction.
Good luck at auction.
Thank you very much indeed.
Have great fun at auction.
Brilliant.
And I hope they get a lot more.
Five, 60, 5. At 65, here's 70 now.
It's here in the sale room at £300 to £400. with a reserve of £200, and we're hoping it's going to achieve 200 plus a little bit here today. But they are mass produced and there is a lot out there in the market, so fingers crossed, here we go.
I can start you at 160 on the book of 160. At 160, 170 now. At 160, 170, thank you, 180, 190, 200. At 200 with me, at 210 now if you like. At £200 on the book here, 210 and the book's out. At 210, 220 now. At 210, at £210, 220 anywhere now. At £210 is on my left then. At 210, you all sure at 210?
Okay, the gavel has gone down at £210. In fairness to Ian, he did, after a bit of pressure from the Duke, eventually put £200 on the table, and that was cash without any deductions. So on the day, he did step up to the plate. You're going home with £178. What's your first reaction?
It's okay. Yeah,
it's good?
Yeah, it's fine.
What are you going to put those apples into? That's what I want to know.
Another bowl.
Another bowl, but not a Lalique one.
Coming up, Loretta doesn't pop her cork for every man she meets.
I will have a gamble to the strength of that.
I've got a feeling it's worth more than that.
But will she be celebrating today? Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal from Chippenham. Loretta has brought in a vintage bottle to show Simon, but will his offer be lovely bubbly?
Very nice of you to bring me this.
It's a pleasure.
What are you going to tell me about your bottle of champagne?
It's been in my family since, I believe, about 1950. My parents ran a public house and they left, I believe, 1959. I'm not exactly sure, but it was about that time.
Right.
As far as I can remember, they've always owned it and it's been in my family ever since.
What we've got here is Charles Heidsick, which I think nowadays is Piper Heidsick, the same company.
Yeah.
I guess the date on this, 1949, is when it was made.
Mm-hmm.
What the contents would be like now, I've no idea whether they're drinkable or not. Now, there was some dispute about whether it had been tampered with, wasn't there?
Yes.
What you can see here, the foil, doesn't look like the foil's been broken here, but there is a slight different colour. Can you see that?
Yes,
to the
I can
foil?
see that. Yeah.
And I think what somebody might have been concerned about was whether it had actually been opened and refilled and someone had gone to the bother of doing all that again. We're not really ever going to know unless we open it, are
no,
we?
We're not going to know.
I think let's assume that it does contain its original contents. There's quite specialised field wines and so on, and the people that buy that are very knowledgeable about it, which I don't claim to be. Well, I'll make you an offer for it.
Okay.
I don't think you're going to be very impressed.
No, I don't expect I am.
I will have a gamble to the strength of that.
Right.
£20.
I've got a feeling it's worth more than that.
Well, it might be, but it might not be worth anything.
Exactly, it's going to be a gamble.
Have you any idea of the value yourself?
I've rung up one auction house and they have given me a phone valuation, obviously because they can't give me the exact figure, but they were saying something about £100 to £150 less their commission.
If that's the right bottle, it's probably worth a bit more of a gamble than that.
Is it?
And I think at this stage you'd be better going to auction.
I think so too.
Because you might get somebody who will have a little bit of a speculative bid at that.
Well, if it's going to go to auction, it's going to go to auction, isn't
I think
it?
auction's the place for the
bottle.
bottle.
I think we're going to have a go at auction.
And I think, in all fairness, if you might even find someone that doesn't even care if it's been tampered with.
Exactly.
That just
if you
wants
don't have a go, you won't know.
Absolutely. Well, I hope you do very well in the
Thank
auction.
you.
I hope you do well enough to have a toast afterwards
Thank
with another bottle
right.
of champagne.
Thank you very much indeed.
And the best of luck.
Thank you for your
thanks for
advice.
bringing it in. You're
Pleasure.
very welcome.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
15. At 15, ladies bid at 15. Gents are out at 30.
There is no reserve, so it could sell for very little. You could come unstuck here, you know that.
You've got to take a chance in life, so here we go.
Okay, you heard what Loretta said. You've got to take a chance in life. Here we go, taking a chance. Will it make more than 20 after commission? Let's find out.
Not 100% sure about this. You're taking a little bit of a gamble with it.
He's put a little bit of doubt in the public's mind by saying that.
If it is what it says it's in there, it's cheap at 20 or 30 pounds. Where are you going to be? Start me. 20. At £20 a bid, thank you. At 20. At £20, 5 anyone out. At £20 at 5. 30. 5. 40. At £40, 5 if you like 5. 50. At £50, 5 anyone out. At £50. At £50, 5 anyone out for it. At £50, you all sure? Selling here made a mistake. At £50, you all done then? At 50.
OK, well, at 50 quid, I'm convinced somebody here in the room thinks that's all right.
I'm pleased with that.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be paying 50 quid. You're going home with the real deal of 42 quid.
That's lovely. That's
Happy?
absolutely fine. I'm really pleased with that.
You know what we're going to say? Cheers.
Hi, I'm Cheryl, and you're?
Hi, I'm Tristan.
Nice to meet you, Tristan. You brought some earrings and rings in for us today.
Yep.
Not something I think you would wear, is it?
No.
I hope not. Yes.
I bought them in on behalf of my partner.
Oh, lovely, yes. How did she acquire them?
She got them from her father.
All right.
So that's about all I know, really.
If we have a look here, we've got a really nice, what I call diamond cluster in a 9-carat gold band. This is quite a modern setting, I would think. And she's obviously got quite small fingers, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Yes. And if you have a look here, we've got a nice set of earrings that would match in the diamond cluster.
Yeah, they look like they go with the rings, don't they?
Here we've got the sapphire cluster. This one's a little bit more interesting. It's got the 3 little diamonds in there. And if we have a look inside here, it does say 18 carats. So this one's, I think this one's got more of an age. And I mean, the diamonds are slightly bigger. Shall we get some money down? What I'll do, I'll be generous and start off with 100.
No, I couldn't take that. I'm under strict orders to get more, so...
You're under strict orders?
Yep.
I see. Well, what I'll do, I'll put down 120. So I'm trying to sort of be fair with you.
Yeah.
Thinking, because this set is quite modern. This is what you have to remember. And this one's the fairly older one.
Can we twist your arm a bit?
Okay, I'll take the purple one away. As I'm having a pink mood, how about I'll put, there we are. I'm going to go up to 150, which I'm trying to be fair. Well, you've got
Is that
to
your
remember,
best? Is that like?
well, if you go to auction, you've got to take the commission out. I mean, if they'd all been 18 carat, it would have been different. But because it's only that one, you know, I've got to think along those sort of lines.
Okay. Sure I can't just squeeze a little bit more out of you? Just to keep the missus happy?
Oh, right. There we are. I'll give you a tenner.
I think we've got a deal.
You think so?
Yeah, I'd rather do that than take the risk at auction. So,
Tristan, thank you very much for coming in. And thank you.
Excellent.
Rod's brought along his Beatrix Potter collection. He's hoping Ian will love them as much as he has.
Could you tell us about these figures that you brought us here today?
I've collected them over the last few years, going back, I suppose, 10 or 15 years. 1 or 2 of them before then, and I just thought I'd get rid of some of them, keep the rest I've got at home, and buy something else.
Buy something else?
Yes.
Start another collection?
Yeah, maybe, yes.
I take it, these are all basic, yes?
Yes.
And these are Royal Albert.
That's correct.
And they're all in good condition?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, perfect condition. The thing is, they don't fetch a great deal of resale money, unless they're the really early ones, the limited edition ones, the rarer ones. I know you have one here, which is quite unusual, and that one, with the little gold pieces on them.
Yes.
But bearing in mind they're all in good condition, and it's not really something I do a lot of. Okay. I'm going to base my paying you on that fact. All right. So you may not be very happy with me, I'm afraid. So, 20, 40. You're not going to like me, I don't think. 60. 70. 75. I wouldn't like to pay any more than that because it's not something I really am keen on buying.
Do you know, I'm taken a bit by surprise here, Rod, because, no, I thought that Ian would go bundle on these. They're pretty, they're decorative, and I thought these just could be your cup of tea. You know how many is here, don't you?
Yes, David.
18?
18.
Well, there's a tenner a piece, that's 180. They've got to be worth a couple of £100.
I'm not too sure.
I saw this look. Did that mean you're not happy about them?
No.
Rod, we say to Ian, thank you for your offer of £75. It's rather mean, and we think we can do better at auction.
Yes, I think so, yeah.
Do you think so?
Yes,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry.
That's all right, yeah.
We're off to auction without Ian.
Okay, then.
So auction it is.
It is, Ian,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Okay.
Thank you very much for
Thank you
coming.
very much. Nice to
Thank
meet
you.
you.
Thank you. Lovely to meet you.
So David thinks that Rod will do well at auction, but Ian's not too sure. Who'll be right? We'll find out in a few minutes. Also coming up, no one's really sure what Simon's painting is worth.
Yours is a gamble, mine's a gamble. The whole blooming thing's a gamble, to be quite honest.
But who will win?
Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal.
Thank you very much.
Before the break, we saw Rod turn down Ian's offer for his Beatrix Potter figures. He's taken the gamble and come to auction. It's time to find out how he does.
Now, you were offered £75 for the entire collection of 18 pieces by Ian. What did you think about the offer?
No, that was definitely worth more than that.
Okay.
Definitely.
I thought the same. I thought £75 was a poor offer, Ian. And I think they're worth more than that. Now, they're coming up now, and they've been broken up into 3 lots, and the reason for that is the auctioneer feels to get the maximum amount of money for each group of figures, that's the way to do it, to break them up. Here we go now. So the first lot has 6 Beatrix Potter figures, 3 of them are Royal Albert, and 3 are Beswick.
£30 and 30 unbeat. At £30 at 5. 45 at 45.50 now. At £45 for the 6, 50, 5, 60.
Yes, that's what we like to see. They're in for the reserve.
At £60, is that a yes? 5, 70, 5. At 75 on my right now. At 75.80 anywhere now then. At £75, you all sure?
Okay, so that's 75 for the first lot. Now we're coming up to the second lot, same estimate, 60 to 90, with a reserve of 60.
I can start you on the book here at 35. I don't think it'll get it. At 35, I'll take 40 now. At £35, 40, 5, 50, 5, 60. I was right at £60, 5 anywhere now. At £60 in front of me now. At £60 here, 5.
Yes, 70. We're going for it.
5 if he likes a 5. At 75 on my left now. At £75, 80 anywhere. At 75, 216.
That's terrific. We've got £150 so far, and we've got one more lot. The same principle, 60 to £90, reserve 60.
I can start you on the book here at 60. At £60, best lot till last. 5, 70, 5, 80, 5, 90.
They
5,
love it.
110, and the book's out at 110, 120 now. At 110, at £110, 120 anywhere now then. At 110, you all sure?
110, I make that £260 in total. Take away the commission, that leaves you with £218 to take home. That's the real deal. What's your reaction to that?
Thanks very much. It's been a great day, yes. I'm very pleased with that.
Rod's saying thanks very much. I'm saying thanks very much, Ian, for not giving more than 75 quid, because we're going away with 218 quid, yes.
Our last deal of the day is Simon's very attractive bargain find. But will Karen make an attractive offer?
And whereabouts?
David and auctioneer Philip Allwood are looking on.
You've bought what, at first glance, is actually quite an interesting little painting.
Yeah.
Is it something you've bought or something you've inherited?
I bought it.
Okay. And whereabouts did you get it from?
Car boot sale in Jersey.
So did they know anything about it when you bought it? Did you ask any questions?
No, I just bought a whole pile of pictures.
Yeah,
They're
so
all
this-
in a big
this-
portfolio. So
By the same artist?
no,
or?
all different.
And do you know anything about the artist? Have you done any research?
Yeah, I've researched him, and he died in 1935,
Right.
and he's quite famous.
This, when you look at this painting, it wants to tell a story almost, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Because
Well, I believe the girl in it is possibly his daughter, and I think her name's Molly.
The hand and the face are beautifully painted, I have to say.
Philip, a speculative lot here. Mark Simmons is the artist. Well, that's the name that's on the board.
Yep.
This man can sell in auction and do reasonably well, perhaps a couple of £1,000s. What is your professional opinion?
As you say, it's going to definitely be a speculative lot. It's on canvas, laid onto that board. The top section of it is all repainted, which includes the signature. But you do have to wonder whether that was actually done by the artist. Perhaps the top bit got damaged or something that was relayed. I'd be tempted, without further research, I would be tempted to put it into an auction and catalogue it speculatively.
The question is, do we believe in it?
Part of me believes in it, but then I wonder whether that's because I want it to be right, not because I'm convinced. It's got a lot of good things about it.
Well, I agree with you. Let's see, first of all, how much our dealer Karen believes, and let's see what she puts on the table.
2, 3, 4, 5. Right, 250 quid on the table. That's how I rate it.
Well, she believes £250 worth.
Yeah. If it's wrong, that's far too much. If it's right, it's not enough.
Okay. Speculative. If it's a wrong one, it probably is worth a couple of £100 in a sale room. If it's a right one, it's certainly worth a couple of £1,000. I need to tell our seller what the situation is.
David, what do you think of this painting? Come and have a look.
Well, what we've got here is potentially very interesting. If the artist is right, he's desirable, he's listed, he's £2,000 or £3,000. The question is it? At this stage, on a quick appraisal, we cannot be sure. If it's in the manner of and not by the artist, then certainly 250 quid is not out of the way because it's 200 or 300 quid's worth. If it's right or speculative, someone else thinks it's right in the auction, then you might get quite a lot more. So the gamble is with you. Our dealer Karen has put down what she thinks is a speculative offer. It's now up to you.
Right.
That's a pretty fair appraisal, really. That is my bid, 250. It's sort of an in-between bid, isn't it? It's slightly tempting, but you don't know whether to take that gamble.
Yeah. Can you make any better?
Yours is a gamble, mine's a gamble. The whole blooming thing's a gamble, to be quite honest. Look, just a suggestion, it's not much. There's another tenner. It's 260 quid. That's the equivalent of 300 at auction. Are you confident that you get that sort of money, or do you think that is going to be your best offer? That's how you've got to view it.
All right, and you can't do any better than that?
You keep saying that to me.
Well, I'm just checking.
I've already put 260 down. That's more than what... Another tenner. Last of the big spenders here, I know. But there you go. 207. I'm not going anymore.
That's fine. We'll do that.
That's made all the difference, has it? Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And come on, put me out of my misery. What'd you pay for this car boot?
Pained.
Oh no.
If only to have luck like that. As Simon clears the table of his cash, let's find out how our dealers did today. Cheryl sold the ring and one set of earrings.
Can you tell
but
me
she's yet to sell the sovereigns and chain. Simon still has the trinket box, and Ian hasn't sold the oil lamp. Karen sold the silver spoons for 35 quid. And the oil painting brought her £400. So it looks like her gamble came good in the end.
We've had a really good day here in Chippenham. Don't forget to join me, David Dickinson, next time at Dickinson's Real Deal. Bye for now.